Now let's start with the steady uniform flow. Okay. Now we are knowing what is meant by a steady uniform flow. So steady uniform flow is that flow for which the flow parameters such as the flow depth y and the velocity of the flow remains constant at a section and along the length. यानी कि यहाँ पे हमने इस फ्लो को स्टेडी यूनिफॉर्म फ्लो ऐसा बोला तो क्या होगा, इसका जो फ्लो का डेप्थ है, मान लो कि यहाँ पे y1 है और सेक्शन 2 पे y2 है, तो वो जो डेप्थ है फ्लो का वो सेक्शन 1 पे भी कांस्टेंट है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम, सेक्शन 2 पे भी वो कांस्टेंट है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम, इट्स नॉट चेंजिंग एंड दे आर इक्वल, स्टेडी है। ओके और अलोंग द लेंथ इट इज कांस्टेंट, यानी कि जितना डेप्थ आपका फ्लो का सेक्शन 1 पे है उतना ही सेक्शन 2 पे रहेगा, उतना ही इन बिटवीन रहेगा। So that condition of the flow or that type of the flow we can say as a steady uniform flow. अभी steady uniform flow में क्या रहेगा, यानी कि फ्लो का डेप्थ हमारा नॉन वेरिंग है, वेलोसिटी नॉन वेरिंग है, ओके यानी कि यूनिफॉर्मली फ्लो अभी फ्लो हो रहा है। तो उसको गवर्निंग करने के लिए बहुत सारे इक्वेशंस हमारे पास है, यानी कि हाउ टू कोरिलेट दैट y v देन discharge etc etc etc. So for that generally we used to use the Manning's equation and Chase's equation. Manning's equation and Chase's equation. So out of that now we are going to study about the Chase's equation and its derivation in detail. So for that purpose what we did, we have considered a section of the channel, okay, where the flow is a uniform. हमने एक चैनल का सेक्शन ले लिया है जहां पे जो हमारा फ्लो है दैट इज अ स्टेडी यूनिफॉर्म फ्लो है, और उसको हम गवर्न करने के लिए जो चेजेस इक्वेशन है वो हम डिराइव करेंगे विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द सम बेसिक्स। अभी उसमें क्या किया हमने, दिस इज सेक्शन 1, दिस इज सेक्शन 2। एट सेक्शन 1 वी हैव अज्यूम्ड द डेप्थ ऑफ द फ्लो एज अ y1 एंड द वेलोसिटी हियर एज अ v1 स्क्वायर बाय 2g। और बाद में सेक्शन 2 पे जो फ्लो का डेप्थ है अभी वो स्टेडी यूनिफॉर्म है, तो डेप्थ तो y1 y2 सेम रहेगा, जितना वेलोसिटी सेक्शन 1 पे है उतना वेलोसिटी 2 पे रहेगा। सो आई हैव इंस्टेड ऑफ गिविंग अ सफिक्स एज 1 फॉर v, ओके, और 2 फॉर एट सेक्शन 2 फॉर द वेलोसिटी, आई हैव जस्ट रिटन एज अ v स्क्वायर बाय 2g and v स्क्वायर बाय 2g at both the points because they will be the same one. It means that at the both the sections whatever the water surface line will be there, that water surface line, then this energy line we can say, they will be parallel to each other and they will be parallel to our channel bottom we can say. It means that slope of the canal bed, that is S0, slope of the water surface SW, and slope of the energy line, they will be a constant, isn't it? Then whatever the mass is enclosed or whatever the volume of the flowing fluid is enclosed in between section 1 and 2, that we have considered as a control volume. Then the force distribution I had shown over here at a section 1, this is a F1, okay, and at a section 2 it is F2. Then for a control volume, whatever the mass is enclosed here, if you multiply it by a g, then it converts to the weight, and weight always acts vertically downward, so W I had considered downward. Then angle of the channel bed slope is a theta, so it will have an angle, sorry, it's a two components, that is a component along the direction of the flow, that is x direction we have considered, and component along the perpendicular to the direction of flow, that is a along the y we can say, y axis we can say, that is a wy. So this y component will have an angle theta with respect to the vertical, isn't it, as this angle is a theta over here. Now the whatever the frictional force will be there at the bottom, that frictional force we have indicated as F, and for a steady uniform flow we can say this frictional force is a at the boundaries we can say the component along the x-axis and the frictional force are always equal. That's why we used to get a steady uniform flow. Otherwise we used to get dunes and ripples formation and we doesn't get a steady uniform flow. Okay, now for deriving the equation herein, that is for a Chase's equation we can say, we are going to take the help of the Newton's second law, that is a force is equals to ma we can say. Now as per the discussion we can write over herein, that is a y1, that is a flow depth y1 is equals to flow depth y2 is equals to y, because the flow is a steady uniform. Then again a v1, that is a velocity at section 1 is equals to velocity at section 2 is equals to v, that is a constant. Then area at section 1 is equals to area at section 2 is equals to area a we can say. Then canal bed slope S0, slope of the water surface, that is SW, and slope of energy line SF are same and their lines are parallel to each other. Okay, as I have explained earlier. Then as per the Newton's second law, क्या बोलता है Newton's second law? Summation of the forces is equals to, or summation F is equals to m into a, we can say. It is a momentum, we can say. Rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force, and that momentum, rate of change of momentum takes place always in the direction of applied force. It means here we can say that a summation of forces is equals to summation of the moments. So moments we have assumed, that is a mass into velocity at a section 1, that is a m1 v1 at a section 1 as a m1, and m2 v2. I would like to write here m2 is equals to m2 v2 and m1 as a m1 v1, that is a mass into velocity at a section 1. Okay, again we can say that at the velocities at a section 1 and section 2 are the same. Discharge q in is equals to q out, that is equals to q, that is a constant, we can say. So moment at the section 1 will be equals to moment at the section 2, we can say. Okay, then regarding the frictional force F, which is acting at the boundary, we can say here at the canal bed, then we can say that this frictional force, okay, that frictional force with relate to the, it will be due to the average shear stress, we can say. Okay, it is a due to the, this is resisting force and it is due to the shear force at the bottom surface. जो भी shearing force act होगा यहाँ पे, due to that, and along the perimeter of the channel, जो भी channel का weighted perimeter रहेगा, along that whole perimeter it is going to act, and throughout the length, इनकी weighted perimeter or throughout the length. It means that the frictional force I would like to write here, that is F will be equals to shear stress tau, okay, shear stress tau into the weighted perimeter P, or average shear stress tau 0, we can say, into the weighted perimeter P into the length. This will be total frictional force which is going to act at the boundaries and at the bed. Okay, now we'll go for this equation. That is a Newton's second law, we can say. That is a summation forces is equals to rate of change of momentum. Now considering the forces in the direction of the motion or the direction of a discharge, we can say as a positive, and opposite to that as a negative. It means that F1 will be the positive, then Wx, it will be a positive because it is in the same direction of the flow, we can say. F2 will be opposite to the direction of the motion, that is a minus. Then resist total frictional force Ff is again opposite to the motion. Okay, those are the forces which are acting in the direction of motion. So what I did, I have applied this Newton's second law in the direction of a motion. So it means I have applied this Newton's second law along the x-axis, we can say. So no doubt that this Wy will not be there in, because it is acting along the y-axis. That will be equals to m1 as a positive because this momentum is along the direction of motion, and this m2 will be opposite to the motion, so this will be minus m2. Now we are knowing that momentums are same, that is m1 is equals to m2 है, तो और क्या रहेगा, that f1 will be equals to f2, जो भी फोर्स सेक्शन 1 पे रहेगा that will be equals to फोर्स f2, क्योंकि हाइट उतना ही है, यानी कि डेप्थ उतना ही है, बॉटम उतना ही है. सो क्या रहेगा, f1 will be equals to f2. It means what else will be cancel, f1 and f2 will be gets cancels to each other. This is a frictional force I would like to write. f1 f2 प्लस माइनस कैंसिल हो गए, रह गया क्या, Wx माइनस फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स. m1 और m2 वो दोनों सेम है, वो भी क्या हो गए, एक दूसरे को कैंसिल हो गए, जीरो हो गया. सो क्या रह गया, Wx minus frictional force Ff is equals to 0, we can say. Okay, so now just to rearrange the terms now. After that, we'll rearrange the terms and we'll go for the further proceeding. That is a Wx, that is a component of the weight along the x-axis, is equals to the total frictional force Ff. Now we are knowing that this frictional force Ff is equals to tau 0 PL hai. So that is equals to now tau 0, that is average shear stress, we can say, into the weighted perimeter P into the length L. That is a Wx is equals to. Now वेट ऑफ दिस कंट्रोल वॉल्यूम, जो भी यहाँ पे वेट है यानी कि टोटल वेट ऑफ दिस volume or a discharge we can say, which is enclosed in between A, B, C, D, which is enclosed into the A, B, C, D, that weight, just a minute, that weight will be equals to mass into gravity. So I would like to write over here, that is a total weight W we can say of a control volume, of a control volume CV. कहाँ पे है वो? ABCD में है. Control volume ABCD will be equals to mass enclosed there, mass of the liquid, that is water, into gravity, m into g rahega, isn't it? Now instead of the mass we will convert into the density and volume. So what will is there in mass की जगह पे क्या आएगा in terms of the density and volume? Density into volume into g, sorry, g. Why is it so? Because density is equals to mass upon volume. So mass is equals to density into volume. Now density into gravity क्या होता है रे? Density to gravity, what is that? Density into gravity, rho g. Is it unit weight or specific weight?
Specific weight.
Specific weight. Okay, so I would like to write as a specific weight of the water into the volume we can say. So specific weight into the volume will be the total weight we can say. Now here what we want to have? We want to have x component of the weight. Okay, angle is with respect to the y-axis, means for this case wy will be equals to total weight w into cos of theta. Cos theta मैंने y component को क्यों ले लिया? क्योंकि angle is with respect to the y-axis, and wx will be equals to w sine of the theta. W is a total weight, so just put up the things over here. So wx as a w sine theta is equals to tau 0 into PL. Okay, so now if we'll go for arranging the terms in terms of the tau 0, that is the average shear stress we can say. So that will be tau 0 is equals to W. I would like to write as a, or let it be W, just a minute. Tau 0 will be equals to W sine of the theta divided by P into L. That is equals to W is nothing but the specific weight into the volume sine theta divided by P into L. Now volume is nothing but the area into the length. So replacing the volume as a area A into the length L. Okay, that is a volume we can say, into the sine of the theta divided by P into L we can say, we can write. Okay, so cancelling common terms, that is L. So we'll have specific weight into the area sine of the theta divided by P. Okay, give it as equation number 1. Now as per the A by P, we are knowing that. What is that? A by P, ratio of weighted area to the weighted perimeter. इसको क्या हम बोलते हैं? Weighted area by weighted perimeter. Radius, right? So we'll go for a tau 0 is equals to specific weight into the hydraulic radius r into the sine of the theta. Okay, so now this will be our equation number 3 in a sequence. Okay, now as per the Darcy-Weisbach shear stress is related to the velocity in terms of the friction factor. Might be you are knowing that relation. It is how the shear stress is related to the friction factor F. That relationship is like this: tau 0 is equals to, it is friction factor F divided by 8 into rho v square, isn't it? So this is the relation we can say. It is v is nothing but the velocity, and F is nothing but the Darcy-Weisbach resistance coefficient. So what we will do, we'll consider f by 8 as a constant, that is a coefficient we'll consider here in for the channel, which is depends on nature and surface of the flow parameters. So what we will do now, tau 0 is equals to k into rho v square, where k is equals to f by 8, which we are going to consider as a coefficient which is depends on, or which whose value is depends on the nature of surface and flow parameters, which is depends on the nature of a surface and a flow parameters. Okay, so likewise now we'll put up from that Darcy-Weisbach equation, that is a tau 0 in the above equation. So what we will get now, just to rearrange the terms, so we will get now f upon k into rho v square is equals to specific weight into r into sine of the theta. What I did, I just quoted the value of tau 0, isn't it? Now rearrange the terms. For a velocity, first we will go for, because at the last we have to relate the velocity. Okay, so phi square is equals to, at a specific weight, into r sine of the theta divided by k into rho, divided by k into rho, because I have taken that k into rho towards this side. Okay, and I nothing did anything else than that, isn't it? यहाँ तो समझ में आया क्या? Have you understood up to
Yes,
this?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now rearrange the terms, again rearrange the terms so that we will get an idea. So that is equals to, now p square is equals to, specific weight is there. Okay, so we'll take that common terms outside, sorry, specific weight divided by k rho into r sine of the theta. Okay, now r sine of the theta is there in r sine theta, that will be equals to yes 0, that is the canal bed slope, we can say. Why is it so? Because as sine theta is nearly equals to tan theta, as sine theta is nearly equals to tan theta, and that is equals to the bed slope s0. So what we'll do now, we'll replace the sine theta by s0, that is a canal bed slope. So equation implies now the specific weight divided by k rho into r into s naught. This is the equation for velocity square, isn't it? This is the equation for a velocity square. So now take the root of the same, you will get the directly equation for the velocity, that is a phi is equals to, this is for a phi square. Now phi will be equals to under root of specific weight divided by k into density into root of r into s naught, we can say. Okay, now we'll consider that specific weight upon k रो जो है उसको हम c अज्यूम करेंगे और दूसरा कांस्टेंट ले लेंगे. Let root of specific weight divided by k rho is equals to c or m, whatever it may be. Here we are assuming as a c, as a constant. So then equation will be phi is equals to c root r s naught. This is the Chase's equation, where r is a hydraulic radius, s0 is nothing but the channel bed slope, and c is considered as or called as a Chase's constant. C is called as a Chase's constant. This value will be equals to specific weight divided by k rho, we can say. If we rearrange, that specific weight is nothing but the rho into g, isn't it? So rho into g, and then k by rho is there in. So after that, whatever the things we will get, that will be the same as like that, that 8 g by f will be there by rearranging. Okay, बहुत बार जो इक्वेशन हमने डिराइव किया है, that it is also written as a v is equals to c root m I. Okay, ऐसा भी लिखा जाता है। वहां पे यम यानी कि क्या है, हमारा हाइड्रोलिक रेडियस है, और आई यानी कि क्या है, चैनल का जो बेड स्लोप है, दैट इज अ आई वी कैन से। Okay, so likewise we have to derive the equation. This final equation is nothing but the Chase's equation, which is a governing equation for a steady uniform flow conditions.